Hi friends! Today I'm sharing the secret to creating stunning layered die cuts. With just a few simple ink blending layers, you can add depth, dimension, and beautiful color variation that really makes your die cuts stand out on your cards. If you're interested in any of the products that I'm using today, they will be linked down below in the video description and over on my blog. The die set that I'm going to be using today is the Sunflowers Layering Die Set. Inside of the packaging, we do have the dies and then the examples on how each layer goes together. The blending technique that I'm going to use today will work with any of your layering die cuts. I started by die cutting out all of my pieces using white cardstock. This is going to give me complete control over the color application. To hold everything in place, I'm going to be using the 9x12 sticky mat from Altenew, and I'm going to be using the Citrus Punch Fresh Dye Ink Collection. I'm going to start with mid yellow and a mini ink blending brush. I always start in the center of the flower because that's the part that's actually going to get covered up in the end. And I work my way out. So as I get out to the edge of the petals, I get a little bit light handed. So it's a lighter application of color. Now, this is where we start to build that dimension and give it a little bit more of a realistic feeling. Here I'm using lemonade stand, again, starting in the center and then going about halfway out. But I try to make it a gradual fade so there's not any harsh lines. Then I moved on to raw amber and I did the same technique. And you're going to see as I use the triangles, which is the keyhole system, to line up these two sets of flowers, it's going to layer together beautifully and we have some nice dimension by building up our colors. So I'm doing that for the next set of flowers. This is the flower that's going to be like we're looking at the back of it. I again started with my lightest color, fading out at the edge of the petals, and then slowly building up the color. You can always add more of that darker color if you really want it to have some strong contrast. The flowers are pretty much done, so I'm going to just go ahead and attach these two together using the liquid glue and lining up the shape for the keyhole system so it's perfectly aligned. Now I can work on my leaves and my stems. And to do that, I'm going to use the Green Valley Fresh Dye Ink Collection. And I'm actually starting out with more of a darker shade. So this is Shadow Creek. And again, I'm using my sticky mat to hold my dies in place or my die cuts in place and using a mini blending brush to apply the color. Now, for some of the darker areas, I'm going to bump it up to Mountain Pine and add that to the center. As I was looking up different looks of sunflowers, this is how it appeared to me. Being that the stem is pretty skinny, I did not do a lot of shading. I just applied some color to that die cut piece. And then we have the leaves, which is really fun to add the contrast to. Now, again, I am going to work through from the lighter shade up to the darkest. I started with Firefly, which is the lightest color on that. And then I went through and started building up that dimension and shading using my mini and also my micro blending brushes. The micro blending brushes come in real handy with that darkest color, the mountain pine, because then I really have control over how much of that dark color I'm applying. Then we have the center of the flowers. Now, this piece I'm ink blending right now is going to be really in the back, so I didn't need to ink blend the entire thing. And I'm going to be using the Nature's Wonder Fresh Dye Ink Collection. I'm using Espresso, Sea Forest, and Mangrove Root to do my ink blending. Now that all of my ink blending is done and I have this fabulous dimension on my flowers, I can start adhering the center and the rest of the pieces together. I started out with the back piece, so there's no reason to add ink to that because it's going to get covered up, but I did line up the triangles on there so that my centerpiece is perfectly placed. I like to use liquid glue here because I have a little bit of wiggle room to kind of move that around and get that perfectly positioned. Then I'm going to finish off my other sunflower. So this is the one where it looks like we're looking at the back of it. Once again, just lining up the keyhole system to get that perfectly aligned. This one is going to be an arrow, so kind of like a double keyhole system. Each sunflower has its own shape. So you can see after the assembly that layering your ink colors is a simple but powerful way to transform your flat ink blending into something just full of life. To finish off the card, I wanted to create kind of a scene, and I was picturing sunflowers in a field. And what I did was go through my stencils, and I found the Caribbean Life stencil set. there is a stencil in there that creates these beautiful billowy clouds. So for these, I have a piece of white cardstock cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I am going to sporadically position my clouds around my background. I'm going to be using the Northern Shore Fresh Dye Ink collection, and in particular, the Polar Bear ink, which is the lightest one out of there. The first layer of the clouds I did very light handed, and then I went over with the second stencil for that particular cloud using the same color, but just applying a heavier hand using a small blending brush. I really wanted something subtle in the background because I didn't want it to overpower my design. And this is kind of a dusty blue color. So it's not going to be one of those bright blue skies. It's just kind of a dusting of it and gives it more of a subtle look. So you can see something in the background, but it's not taking over the entire design. Now, before I do any more to my background, I really needed to figure out a layout so that I knew where the placement of the sentiment would be and how much more I needed to decorate the background. I'm going ahead and adding my leaves to this, and I'm going to be overlapping that one sunflower that's facing outwards. And I already had intentions of adding that with foam tape. Now, once I had that in position and my sunflowers aligned, I decided to come back to my background and I am going to add a little bit of green down at the bottom. This is a grass field, I believe. I'm using a large blending brush and just kind of having that fade up towards the top. So I'm not giving it a definite line. And then I went back over the top of my clouds very lightly using that same polar bear color, just to add a little bit of color over the top and kind of dim that background a little bit. I'm going to add my first sunflower. So this is the one where we're looking at the back of it. That I'm going to be using liquid glue. And then the other sunflower I have, I am using foam tape to pop that up just a little bit. And I left myself that little corner down there in the left-hand side to place my sentiment. I do have a die cut sentiment that I'm going to be using, so I use that as a guide, and I have a smaller sub sentiment that I'm going to stamp on the front of my card using the Stamp Wheel 2.0 and the Obsidian ink. And I sincerely apologize. I don't remember which stamp set that this smaller sentiment came from, but I thought it fit perfectly with the die cut sentiment that I have here. That is a die cut from black cardstock, and I use the Stylish Greetings die set. And now we have this finished card project, beautiful sunflowers with all of that dimension in there. And like I said, you could go a little bit heavier handed if you wanted to add actually more drama or contrast to the sunflowers. So by starting with the lighter shades to do the ink blending and then slowly building up to those darker tones and focusing your blending where natural shadows would fall, you can create beautifully dimensional die cuts without adding extra bulk. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope this gave you some inspiration to try layering your ink blending to create stunning layered die cuts. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss future inspiration. Here is another video that I think you'll enjoy.